Good morning. How you guys doing? A few things I want to let you all know. Let's get caught up. I've been going through all the information. There are a few of you that have not sent either your second annotated bib or your research question. Most of you have sent your second annotated bib in, though. Some of you still haven't sent your research question in. I need those as soon as possible. All right, those are the things that we have to get done. Those are the things that we have to get in as soon as we can. I hope everybody's doing okay. I hope that you are making the adjustment to going online. This class is a rather simple one. I've been in email contact with a number of you. I try to respond a little bit more quickly. If you send me something and I don't respond, that means it's just fine and I am not wanting to do anything to fix it and you're good to go. Everyone else, as soon as you send me an email, for example, with your research questions, if you've sent it to me, I should have either replied to you or it's good to go. Okay? Keep working on them. Keep building on this. Our next step, this is not one that you need to turn into me, but this is one that you definitely need to do. Your next step is to start planning out your paper. Now, for a lot of classes, for a lot of people, this means an outline. You write an outline. For me, I'm not always sure that I think that you have to write an outline. What I always look for, and the way I always treated a paper, any paper that I write that's over 5 pages, I'll do this. I will write a list of things that I want to write about, and I will put them in order so that I have an idea. Now, that's the same as an outline, except for the fact that I'm not going Roman numeral 1, Roman numeral 2, Roman numeral 3, 1, 2, 3, A, B, C. Sometimes I do that. Because if I'm working on something, if I have one main idea, there are an awful lot of sub-ideas and subheads that I want to make sure that I get. And I want to make sure that I have them in order. The reason that you need to have some form of outline, some roadmap for what you're writing, is because if you start just to sit down and try to write a 10 to 12 page paper, you're going to lose track of where you are. There's just no other way about it. You'll lose track of where you are. So what you'll want to do, you always want to have some form of an idea that tells you where you're at. All right? So for me, if I'm writing a paper, I'll have an introduction, which we'll be talking about later this week. But I'll have an introduction. All right? What do I want to write about in my introduction? Then I will have, for most of the papers that I would be writing, a literature review. What do I want to put in my literature review? What order do I want to put things? Where am I going to explain things? What do I want? So I put them in order. I want to talk about this first. I want to talk about this second. I want to talk about this third. I want to talk about this fourth. When I'm talking about what I wanted to talk about first, I want to probably put this and this in there, and I want to make sure I mention them. On this, I want to make sure that I define this term. On this, I want to make sure, so I write these things down. All right? And as I write them down, I have an idea of what I want to do. What happens and what I like about writing this way, about getting it done this way, is that I can then take a look and then I can cut and paste and move things back and forth as I try to decide what becomes most important and how and what I have that is most important. All right. So now, once you've got this done, then I want you to go to your annotated bibliographies. And I want you to start thinking of what would go where to prove what you're writing. And start marking those down in your outline. All right? So that you have this big, long thing kind of, but it's a roadmap. It's going to tell you exactly where you have to go. Now, the reason that I don't insist on having a full, honest-to-goodness, real-life Roman numeral type of outline is because a lot of times you just need to put down ideas. A lot of times you just need to do this. It could just be notes, but you have to have something that gives you an idea of where I go from 1, 2, 3, and where I want to put what idea. All right? Basically, what this does is this forces you to plan your paper. Plan ahead of what you want to write. Get everything done and set. Plan it ahead. Make sure you know where all of your information is going to go and get it there. Okay? So that's what I want you to work on this week. I am going to be emailing all of you as this week goes on to see where you're at and to remind you of stuff that I have and that I don't have and to give you your grades back on your annotated bibliographies. And we'll go from there. If anybody has any questions, please email me. If you want to talk, I do have office hours from noon to 2, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And if you want to talk, email me during that period of time and tell me you want to talk. I can send a Zoom invitation to you and we can hop right on right then and there. Also, if there are any other times, I've got office hours, but if you have any time that you want to talk about something, you think it's important, you don't just want an answer in an email, send me an email asking to talk. We'll talk. We'll set up a Zoom meeting. We'll go over everything that you're talking about. All right? Email slambert@millikan.edu. We'll get it all taken care of. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day.